starting to feel unsatisfied after these games?
I just said to the players there that they're disappointed in the dressing room. They're looking a little bit glum, and there's no more disappointed than me that we haven't got 3 points tonight. But that's our best performance this season. That's the most control we've had in a game. We've got into really good areas. We've had chances, we've had opportunities. But sometimes you have to give the opposition credit for the way they defended their box as well, which I thought they defended really well. But you saw the difference that a little bit of quality makes when Abada comes on, he cuts inside and makes the goalkeeper work, and we probably didn't work the goalkeeper enough tonight.
A random question, but you sat down some in the game. We're wondering if you're feeling okay? Or?
Yeah, no, I've had a touch of vertigo once before that, and I just felt like I was going a little bit dizzy, so I decided to sit down and let Miles get up, but I felt okay after 5 minutes.
So, Coach, earlier this week you told me you run into a lot of snakes. How did you feel about dealing with this bunch of snakes?
Listen, they're a strong team, big team. I said in the week they've scored a lot of goals from set pieces, so we restricted them to only 2 or 3 corners, I think, and defended them well. They had one big chance where I think they've hit a crossfield ball far post and lads headed it back across, and Callie was called upon to make a good save, and then I think Privs gave the ball away in the penalty box and they had another chance, and Adil got a really good block. But I felt we dealt with the balls over the top that they like to play really well. I thought our back line was really good. I thought JP played really well on the switch of play. So defensively again, and I just said that to the players now, there's not many teams that go for a whole month without conceding a goal. 5 clean sheets. They've got to be proud of that, but disappointing because we deserve to go and win the game.
And tonight, as you left the pitch, the loudspeaker played Red Wine. Any wine updates for us?
They got their crate yesterday, so they're all very happy, and I'm happy to keep, if we keep playing, keeping clean sheets, I'm happy to keep going and getting wine for them. But Ashley Westwood did just say to me, he said, maybe we'll get you a bottle of wine if we scored a goal.
And finally, you seemed a lot more frustrated in the first half than in the second half. Was that officiating, the run of play?
No, not the officiating. I just felt our final ball, I think we started the game really well, and it might have been Kerwin who went through and just wanted a lower cross underneath them. And it's ballooned up a little bit over the bar, and that's where our quality just has to get a little bit better.
Thanks, Coach.
Cheers, thank you.
Hey, Dean, do you think the defenses are catching up a little with Patrick now, with more tape on him and trying to figure out how to defend him better?
I think teams are getting aware of the threat that Patrick is, and you could see today that he occupied both centre-backs. They were both, looking out for him all the time. I thought he probably needed a little bit more protection today, because I thought some of the tackles on him were, I think on other players probably get given, but because of Patrick's size, I think perception, unfortunately doesn't give the same sort of fouls. But what he does, if he's occupying 2 players, then there's going to be space for others to run into. And that's what I keep saying to the other players, that if he occupies 2 centre-backs, there's going to be space in between them and the full-backs. And we used that a couple of times today, especially in the first half. A couple of times Nico got in, and in the second half we got in there a couple of times. But then it's just that final connection ball, that little presentation that you need to go and score the goal. We saw one where it was set for Diani to go and hit one on his right foot. That's the sort of presentation you need, and then we need the finish.
And did any of that come from changes you made at halftime? Because it was decidedly better in the second half.
Yeah, a little bit. I mean, I felt that we emptied the middle of the pitch a little bit too much. I think our fullbacks were always going to be our out ball against them, because they play a diamond. So we want to get our fullbacks out, but then we needed one to show and a couple to go, but we ended up having 3 going all the time, and we never had that little bounce pass that can open them up.
For the substitutions, bringing in Scott and Tiger, what did you see at that time to change the game a bit?
Yeah, I thought Yuri had probably had one of his better games today as well, one of his best games today. I thought he was really impressive, but 70 minutes, it was a lot more humid today. A little bit warmer, so I just felt the change and some fresh legs on would give us that advantage. Tigers Tiger's been a threat in all the games that he's come on. You know, I was looking around at the bench, and you know, I've got Ben Bender in my head and Abada, but they're coming back from injuries. But you know, Scott has got the quality that can actually create something. He created a couple of chances and had a couple of shots himself. So I felt he might be the answer for us.
What do you feel like you're missing more? Lack of creation or lack of finishing? What's missing right now?
I think they both come together at the moment.
Okay.
Yeah, I think it's a bit of both. I think, you know, we've seen in other games when you give Patrick chances, he can go and score goals. Nico showed his quality the other week against Portland, so they've got the quality in there. It needs to become a regular occurrence. So it's a little bit of, you know, the creation, but I thought we created really good moments today without probably getting the finish. Cheers.
The club tonight had a lot of quick transitions, and basically in that possession just seemed to be quicker. Is that the ding that you're trying to get? Because it seemed like we saw that tonight.
Yeah, I mean, I felt that, you know, any time we won the ball back, they would be at full stretch, and it would be a good opportunity then to go and score a goal. You know, as I said earlier, you know, Patrick occupies two defenders, so there's a lot more room when you actually break on them transitions. So when we win the ball back, we want to try and score as quickly as possible. You know, if we win the ball back and they've got 11 men behind the ball, then our job is to stay on the ball and open up little spaces and pockets by using our patterns. But it's certainly a tactic we want to try and get better at.
Okay, and then just some stats from tonight. You had 11 corner kicks, 31 touches inside the box, 70 final third entries, 7 shots inside the box. What, besides a goal, what more do you want out of the team?
Working the goalkeeper a little bit more. I think we only worked the goalkeeper 3 or 4 times. You know, I think that's the biggest thing that we need to do better. As I said, presenting opportunities for others. I think that's a big thing that we need to do. But you know, Addy was inches off a goal in the first half from a set piece, and Andrew Privets had a free header from a corner as well. So you know, he was getting in the right areas and connecting at times, but unfortunately it wasn't to be.
Yeah. And just 2 questions about, well, 1 question about the 2 upcoming opponents. You have 2 away opponents coming up here, a midweek match and 1 on Saturday. How do you keep this momentum going? You know, the clean sheets having a great month, and also the win in Chicago. How do you keep the momentum going for these next games?
By keep doing the right things. You know, our performance levels are high. I thought they were today. I think our squad's getting stronger now with the injuries coming back. We've got Ben Bender coming back after 7 months. We've got Abada back today. So our squad's coming back together again, which is really, really important for the next couple of games.
We'll end with Karen.
With tonight's draw, Charlotte currently sit first with home points in the league at 18. Do you have any comments on that?
I think that's a credit to the players, but also the supporters and the atmosphere that they create here. I've said before many times that, you know, they become our 12th man at times, and you know, there's a really good feel about the club at the moment, and I think we're probably 7 or 8 points shy of where we should be. You know, some of the away performances have deserved more, but certainly here, I think there's a really good connection between the squad and the supporters. Cheers.
All right, thank you guys.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.